Hi, this is Denise, and this is Mommy's Guide to Happy Hour. Thank you for tuning in again. This is our second video podcast. I'm so excited. Yay! This is where real moms tell it like it is. So I do have a great guest with me today. Her name's Michelle, so I can't wait to dive right in. Of course, we have to start with our Mommy's #Mommy's Drink of Choice, which is my favorite, Prosecco. So thank you. Cheers. And welcome. Oh, that goes down very good, doesn't it?
First time I've ever had this wine.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for thank you for drinking it with me. Before we get started, I always like to talk about some things that have been on my mind. So, I'm sure a lot of parents are going to be able to relate to this. I don't know about you, and we can get to it, but I always can't wait to go pick my kids up from school. Like, they go to a private school, so I have to physically go pick them up. And I look forward to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's time to go. Get in the car. I'm so excited. I haven't seen my little ones all day long. They get in the car, and literally, I don't even think I'm out of the parking lot. They start asking me to buy them things. They start complaining about their day. So-and-so did this. So-and-so did that. They immediately start teasing each other. And by the time I get to the light, that's literally not even 5 minutes from the school, I want to go back into the school and dump them off and start all over again. And what's your experience with that?
So my girls are younger. Mine are 3.5.
Right, and mine are 8 and 10. 8 and 10.
So 3.5 and 15, 16 months old. Mm-hmm. The 16-month-old starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Oh, yeah. And then the 3-year-old is mad about it. And she's screaming at her. The daycare babysitter is literally 3 minutes from my house, mm-hmm. and it is the longest 3 minutes of my life.
I don't know what. So my kids now, so they're 8 and 10. I think it was last year, my son moved into the front seat. Okay. So now they're in separate areas of the car, which has made it a lot better. But she moved from sitting behind me to now sitting behind him.
In his old seat.
In his old seat, but her feet are up on the back of the chair. Every once in a while I see something come flying from the back seat into the front seat. And there's still that, Nash, turn around and look at this. Nash, turn around and look at this. I don't want to turn around. I'm looking, I can see the cars. So it doesn't get any easier. I think the easiest was when they're newborns and they're not crying and they're just asleep in the back seat facing the other way, so you can't even see them. That's probably
I don't know. Everyone keeps saying that.
But then they scream. I know. I hated being in the car for more than 10 minutes. I think I've always hated being in the car with my children.
Yeah.
I don't have a car that has a video, like the video things. So they either have their iPads or their phones, but then when they're little, sometimes I hold it. While my ex-husband was driving, I'd hold the thing or hold it up so they had something to look at. It's
constantly
terrible.
Holding hands, like
I forgot about that.
Whatever, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, this is probably unsafe to be driving like
right. But I remember doing that, holding their hand. Oh yeah.
Because at 5 o'clock when you pick them up after work,
right?
The witching hour, 5 to 7 is like Meltdown Central. We're tired.
Mm-hmm.
We're hungry, and I'm like. Me too. I'm also this way. I'm like, guys, let's hold it together. Let's go inside. And I'm selfish because I'm like, I'm eating first.
Oh, you have to eat. Well, it's like when the air thing comes in from the airplane. They say put it on yourself first and then get to your kid. So they come in here sometimes like, I'm really hungry. And I'm like, so am I. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to make you something to eat.
My boyfriend is constantly like, hey, why don't you come sit at the table? And I'm like, I don't know how to sit and eat.
I don't sit and eat. I hardly ever sit and eat.
I'm like, I gotta get this down. I've got 5 minutes and then I gotta go back to sitting.
But it is the truth. My kids hear me sit from anywhere in this house. They hear me sit down and all of a sudden I hear, Mom, can I have a drink of water? And I'm like, you're old enough to get it yourself. Just get up and just get the water. But yeah, the car rides are really starting to. I said, can we go through a day where you don't ask me to buy you something? Like, is that even possible?
I tell my girls, when you get a job, what's a job?
Well, I know. It's funny that you say that because I was watching a show yesterday and I guess I'll plug Kelly Clarkson because she's watching, I'm sure. Hi, Kelly. She has her new talk show.
I follow her on Instagram.
Okay, so it's funny. So she had on this parent who held job interviews for her 3 kids. Because they are constantly asking her for stuff. So she had them all interview for different positions in the house and went through everything. and then gave them all specific jobs. It was hilarious. But of course her teenager is doing the worst, so she said she's gonna have to fire him. But it's true. She's like, now at the end of the week they take their money and they understand what it is and they're buying stuff but they've earned it. And I'm like, that's a really good idea to.
It is, but can somebody else come and implement that?
I know. Who's gonna load? I'm not gonna trust them to unload my dishwasher. Everything's gonna break, or fold the clothes. I mean, it sounds nice in theory, but I don't think that I would have to go behind everything they did. But I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, that is so funny.
The mommy the control. I didn't want to say that I was a control freak, but I'm a control freak.
Right.
Like I always say, my mom and I are very similar, and I always say that I just want to know what the plan is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be the leader, but I want to know what the plan is.
I need a general idea of what we're doing.
Right. So
Like,
when
just
it
give me something.
hits the fan, and
Right.
like my partner needs to tap out, it's like, cool, tap out. I got this now. We're on the same page.
Right.
I don't do well with like, okay, we're just gonna go do this. Well, what are we doing? What time do we have to be there?
Right. How long are we staying?
How long are we
What do I
staying?
have to pack up?
What's the special word to go?
What's my safe word? Yellow.
Honey, the show's coming on. We gotta get
Right,
something.
exactly.
Like, whatever it is to get out of
The
that.
dog is throwing up. We have to leave.
Yeah. Oh man.
So you're at the beginning of it. I'm not even at the middle of it. I don't even know what the middle is. I think I
What
would try.
stage would you say 8 and 10 is?
Maybe it's approaching the middle because I think when they go to college, that's still not the end, but it's the end of this. It's the end of really taking care of them because it never ends. And before we started rolling, I appreciate because Michelle was like, I'm so tired, I didn't get any sleep last night, and she's like, should I cancel? But I'm glad you did it because the name of the episode because of that is Mommies Need Sleep. And you know what? That doesn't change either the older they get. But the stage that you're in is hard because they don't always sleep through the night. They're off on sleep. At least I'd go to bed not knowing how many hours I were going to get. Like, come on, let's roll the dice. Am I going to get 4 hours tonight? Am I going to get 6 hours?
Right.
You just never know. And it never failed on the one night we might have gone out, or God forbid I had a glass of wine, was the one night that nobody wanted to sleep. They just knew they wanted to torture me.
Yeah.
So, what's that look like in your house right now?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Well, like I'm in the teating. So my 3.5-year-old is finally sleeping in her own bed,
Okay,
which is great.
That's great.
And I've got Daddy takes her to bed, and he's basically living in her twin size bed with her.
Right.
Whatever.
We've done that. Yep.
Me and Layla are in the king size bed, but the teething and
Any earaches yet? Any ear infections?
so both my babies are breastfed, and I haven't experienced any ear stuff. Not if I know that bottles cause ear infections.
I don't know. Maybe it's the sucking.
I haven't experienced any of the ear stuff yet. Lots of colds, lots of
that happens for a long time.
Well, we started we started preschool.
Yeah.
So I did preschool, the 2-year-old class now, and the 3-year-old class, and literally it's every week we have a snotty nose, and I'm like, it's not even them. It's bad because they give it to me.
Oh, yeah, you'll be sick a lot.
I can't tell you last time I didn't have a cough or like I wasn't spitting something up. I'm like this, like
it sucks.
This sucks.
It totally sucks, and it.
And then to say it sucks, and then to be like,
it's okay, it sucks. This sucks. I mean, it just sucks.
We need wine.
Here, cheers. Yes, because I forgot the snotty nose phase. That's a whole thing itself.
Well, and then we wanted to pick our shirts up, and now we're wiping out our shirts. And of course, like my boyfriend's like, it's acceptable. I'm like, it's not acceptable. We don't use our clothes to wipe our face.
Men do.
Okay. Men go like this and blow their nose.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
That's gross.
Yeah, my boyfriend thinks it's really funny to teach our daughters like little sayings like I'll never be able to give anybody a thumbs up without saying Chuck Norris, and I've embarrassed myself in public. Chuck Norris.
I know who Chuck Norris is.
So he was known for the thumbs up dude. He always did thumbs up. Well, so my boyfriend does thumbs up Chuck Norris, and it's just turned into a thing. So I have now every time they have this like 10-minute go by, we've got to do this whole little secret handshake stuff, and I'm like, okay, dude. And then the closing is Chuck Norris, Daddy, and I have been at Wawa and like just getting coffee and like Chuck Norris, and I'm like,
no one knows what you're talking about.
And that came out of my mouth. It was not my inside voice that came out of my mouth, and then people just looking at me like, yeah,
Chuck Norris,
you too, lady. I'm like, dude. And then I call him. I'm like, So I just Chuck Norris somebody. You're welcome. I'm embarrassed. I don't even care. I'm like, Chuck Norris, have a great day.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, so the sleep deprivation is
getting to you.
Is really getting to me. Yeah, to the point where I love when people by the time you're having kids and when they're like, okay, so when are you having the next one? I'm like, wow, listen, there is no next one.
Right. I think 2 is enough.
Tapping out.
Yes, I tapped out after 2. I tapped out. It's hard. Well, and then they're like, well, what's another one? And then what's another one? Well, there's still another one and another one. And
well, when you talk to the moms that have the 3 children, they're like, oh, it's it's not a big deal. We just adapted, and I'm like,
no,
I couldn't adapt to 2. I don't want.
But you're no longer man to man. It's zone defense and off. Like you're all over the place.
No, I like having an arm for each.
Right, you're man to man.
I don't feel too outnumbered with my 2 little girls right now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
But see, I'm praying that my girls are like how I was because my whole childhood or my whole teen years, everyone told my mom, just wait, it's gonna be terrible.
Right.
My mom was so just talk to me, just like flat out was very honest with me. I could come to her with anything and she was just like safe zone. She would be like total stone cold and just be like, okay, so this isn't the end of the world because I'm that kid and I do, and as an adult, it's for my anxiety. I go worst case scenario, doomsday, and
that's hard being a mother.
I punish myself before I even would let my parents punish myself. So my family has always been like, hey, so kid gloves, it's okay, don't get upset. Because I instantly go doomsday, and I'm like, okay, so the world is ending right now, or and I drive people insane with it because I'm like, how do I get me out of my anxiety real quick? Tell me the worst case scenario, and it's never gonna ever be that. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not. No. Okay, cool. So, whatever it may be, we're gonna past it.
Well, that's good because my 8-year-old has turned into quite the sassy little thing. So we had picture day this week, and the day before we had to do the hair the day before just to make sure it was going to be perfect for the next morning. So it was crazy. It was
My mom's a hairdresser. I used to wake my mom up and make her braid. She braided my hair every day in elementary school, and it's all these pictures. Right. It's a side braid that came around. Oh. And then it wasn't until like 6th grade that I was like, oh, no, I'm gonna like do my own hair and try to figure it out. And then that's where the wave came with the hairspray and a little bit of bangs. But I'm very blessed that she was always that mom. Like,
that's good.
Let me do your hair. I'm like, sure.
Well, Ava wouldn't let me touch her head until probably a year ago. So she'd get up, there'd be knots in it. I'm like, baby, let me brush your hair before school. Like, don't touch it. Now she's upstairs for 20 minutes brushing her hair before she comes down for breakfast. And I'm like, we have 10 more minutes before we need to be in the car. And like, she's upstairs just brushing it and brushing. She's got this long, beautiful hair. It's just so pretty. But I'm like, oh, God, you're 8. Like, what are you going to be at 18 or...
How is she with like clothes shopping and stuff? Like, what's that experience?
Well, the good thing is that with them being in a private school, she has a uniform. So thank God, because if I had to argue with her every morning before school, it would be a nightmare. So I went out on a limb to buy her dress for picture day without her with me, because
So they can wear something different for picture day?
For picture day.
Oh,
they could wear their, but it had to be like
guidelines and stuff.
Church ready, whatever they wear to church.
Yeah.
So, but I put her in a jean, it was kind of short, a little jean dress, and she looked so cute. She wanted to wear boots, but they turned out to be 90 degrees yesterday. So I'm like, you can't wear boots today, which would have looked adorable with the outfit. But I bought her 2 dresses, and she came down and she modeled them both, and she's like, I like this one. I'm like, oh, thank God I dodged that bullet. And my son, I bought him a dress shirt and a pair of like gray, they weren't jeans, but they were like gray pants.
Right.
And he never paid any attention. And then I pulled it out yesterday and just said, this is what you're wearing. He goes, okay. I'm like, comes downstairs. I'm like, do you want me to put some gel in your hair? Okay, sure. Just put it in. He's eating his toast and I'm putting gel on his head. Meanwhile, for 40 minutes, I had been curling her hair all morning and putting a bow in just perfectly for her. And he's just like, okay, whatever you want. So it's, but she just took that turn. She's always been in like, sweat shorts and t-shirts, but this past year I took her shopping and she all of a sudden became into clothes and little things off the shoulders and her cute little, she never wore jeans, hated the smell of jeans.
Interesting.
Would it wear, and I'm always in jeans. She's like, why are you in jean shorts or jeans all the time? I'm like, Mommy likes them. I wish you'd like them.
Right.
So this summer she found jeans and they're all cut off and they have the little like patterns on them and the lace and the holes and they were adorable.
Oh man, the styles that are out right now.
Oh, it's so cute. I never wanted a girl. Sorry. But I'm very happy that I have her.
I only wanted one. And
I only wanted
I got two.
I did say that I didn't have 3 kids because I was afraid I'd have another girl because it's hard. Girls are hard. He's easy right now. He might be difficult when he gets older.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll switch. I doubt it. I think she's just going to, when she becomes a teenager.
I hear girls are harder in the beginning and no. Yeah.
Easier. And boys are easier in the beginning and get harder.
Yeah.
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 Right now he's a joy. He just.
Easygoing.
He's easygoing. He makes noises a lot though. It drives me insane. Like he starts, as soon as I go in the morning to wake him up, starts making really high pitched noises and stuff, and I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. You know, and he knows it irritates me. I think that's why he does it.
Are you a morning person?
No, I'm not. That's why I don't want him to do it.
I wake up at 5:30 just for peace.
See, I can't do that. I have to get up right when it's time for them because I'm not a morning person.
I barely make it till 8 p.m. Like I'm just in this stage of my life right now. Like 8 p.m. is not happening. So like any type of nightlife on the weekends, I'm like, I'm all about like let's do something fun in the day because I'm sleeping in.
No.
So morning time, like I would love to ideal perfect morning day on a weekend would be like meeting up for a super early coffee with my girlfriend and being like, okay, we have 2 hours and I'm gonna be back home at 8 before everyone wakes up and it would be amazing.
Oh my God, no. That's good though. Well, they say you should wake up before the kids and get your tea or your coffee out of the way and start your day because they say if you wake up with your kids, you're already behind.
Oh yeah.
And they let me sleep till about 8 or 9. They come in and get me. Everyone knows they're not allowed in my room till after 8 o'clock. Nash gets up at 6 every morning. He's in his room playing, doing something. Thank you. And Ava, she gets up around 7:30, I think, but we come in about 8 or so, a little after 8 on the weekends and say, all right, it's time.
It's rock and roll.
Let's go make some breakfast. I want some pancakes. It's time for pancakes. I'm like, okay, give me a minute. No. I'm like, no. Give me a minute. I need a minute to like open my eyes.
Right. I'm like, when does my breakfast come? Who's making me breakfast?
Yeah. But it's fun. You know, I'm faced with, at the ages they are now, we have to let go of some of the things. Like, I don't know how many more years they're going to believe in Santa Claus. And so
I struggle with that Santa Claus one.
Last year I really did it up. So we have an elf on the shelf.
Really struggle with elves on the shelf. I don't ever want to do it.
Always so much fun.
No.
He's so much. Well, you get moms that hate it, or like when my one mother said, "Oh, well, we move the elf every Sunday." I'm like, "You're supposed to move the elf every night," and she's like, "No, I tell our kids he watches you for a whole week in that position, and then he moves." And I will get up in the middle of the night and realize, oh my God, I forgot to move the elf, and I'll run downstairs and find a new place.
I don't need that extra trust.
Well, so this year I decided, because I didn't know if it was going to be the last year, that Nash was going to believe in Santa Claus. So I'm like, you know what? I am really going to get into the Christmas spirit. So I made the elf do the worst things possible. And he did these awful things. Like they know he doesn't come until Christmas lights go up on the house.
Okay.
Because it's like the calling of the elf for us and our family.
Yeah.
So we put the lights up on the house, and so the kids are like, "Where is he? Where is he? Why hasn't he come yet?" So I took my phone and I took all these pictures with the elf and the dogs. Like he was taking selfies of the elf, him and the dogs, because the dogs were new from the year before.
Right.
So the next morning we're all at the kitchen and I'm like, "Oh, what has happened?" They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Look at this." Now his name is Marcus, our office name is Marcus. Now he didn't appear anywhere yet. But I'm like, son of a gun, he was here last night and taking pictures with him and the dog. And I had him text him to me. And they're like, "Oh my God, he was here." And the text said something like, "Just want to say hello to the dogs first." And so then the next day he showed up. And then I had him, this bathroom, the powder room, he wrapped it all with wrapping paper. It was all over the bathroom. He
Then you have to clean it up.
he wrote on all my eggs in the refrigerator, and we found him in the refrigerator with the marker. Like, I did all these, and I said to him, he wrote him a note. You know, he always writes him a note.
A trophy.
Well, no, because I'm not nearly what the other mothers do, but I told him, he wrote in the note, the better you are, the more pranks I'll play.
Oh.
So I'm like, remember that. So if you're really, really good, the pranks are going to get better. So I just had
Pretty
a
genius.
ball with it. He taped himself to the car one day, and we got in the car, and he was taped and rode with us to school. I mean, I did all this stuff with him to just, because I didn't know if it was going to be my last time. So
Right.
I'm at that phase, like, I'm looking forward to Halloween this year because they're not going to want to dress up.
Right.
They're not going to want to walk with me. So
Right, soon it's gonna be
Right.
like, no, mom, we gotta go with our friends.
Mhm.
My
Right.
girlfriends laugh at me because I'm like, oh no, I'll never do Elf on the Shelf. That's not happening. They're like, Michelle,
As soon as
it's
they're-
so cute
right.
that you think that. And I'm
Right.
like, no, like I don't believe in that. I'm not doing that. And they're like, wait till they go to school
Yeah.
because they go to school. The kids are at school talking about it. And
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be forced to do.
They are.
Oh, I don't want to do it. My whole family thinks that I'm Scrooge because I have two brothers. And I'm always like, hey, listen, so save your $50 because I'm gonna spend $50 on you anyway. Just keep it. Just
Right.
keep it. I don't need to go to the store. I don't need to buy you something that you don't want. It's too exhausting. Just keep it.
Right.
And they're like, no, you gotta buy presents and wrap something for the kids. And I'm like, this is so stupid.
No.
So my goal, and I'm hoping 2021, I don't know if it's right here. Yeah, next year.
No, next year is 2020.
The year after that.
2021.
Next Christmas.
Right.
2020 gets me. Next Christmas, I want to leave for Christmas and come home and be like, okay, well, Santa came while we were gone, left a couple presents, but like,
Right.
I want to go do a cool trip. I
Right.
want to like leave. And
That
get
sounds
out
like
of
fun.
here.
That's
that's
fun. You can
No.
start that as your tradition.
I want to like bring everybody. I want my parents to come. Like,
Right.
whoever wants to come, let's do this. I'm just all about like, let's have experiences. Like,
Right.
I don't want to buy
All these.
all these things and then I got to throw away all these things. And,
Well, when they were your age, I didn't really buy them anything for Christmas because one, they didn't know,
right.
and their grandparents bought them so much stuff.
oh my
So,
gosh.
and they didn't know who Santa. Well, your 3-year-old though will know, but when they were like 1, 2.
she's 3. She has no idea any concept of Christmas. We have two.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah.
but they're counting the gifts a little bit more when they're
Yeah.
like 3 going on 4. When they're little, they have. We would wrap stuff up we had around the house just so we had records of them unwrapping stuff because they didn't need anything. The grandparents buy them so much stuff. They don't need. They're what are they gonna do with it?
My mom bought the whole Christmas Christmas and everything, and I'm like, she's like, what are you gonna buy? And I'm like, what could I buy? You bought everything that we could possibly. I mean, like
I know.
2 vanities. I'm like, why
Oh
do
my
we need
God.
2 vanities? Why? Well, we needed the Melissa Doug vanity and we needed the Fisher Price vanity. I'm like, I just can't even with any of this. And now I've got
That's
like
crazy.
all this stuff. And anytime I'm part of all these mommy groups because they have saved my life.
Okay.
And anytime I'm on these mommy groups, I'm like, who needs
needs that?
something?
Oh, I
Let
should
me-
start doing
let me
that.
Please give all this stuff
I
away.
should start doing that.
So I'm on Moms for Mental Health, which is run by
What
Jill.
is that one? What does that
I
mean?
love it.
Is it?
I
It
really
helps you
love
give
it.
it peace of mind type of.
Moms for Mental Health. So the first one I ever joined was Milkmakers Community.
Okay.
I
for breastfeeding moms.
it's a breastfeeding mom. I think she originally started as breastfeeding moms community,
Okay.
but it's like any mom. You know, their motto is a fed baby is a happy baby. So
Okay.
she just the name was Milkmakers, and then they have a whole bunch of sub groups off of that. But she was my doula. She came and did. She only did my placenta encapsulation.
Oh.
So my whole family was like, "You're crazy," and I'm
Right.
like, "I don't care what you feel or think about me, but I'm gonna bring."
That's your birthing plan.
I'm bringing home.
That's your birthing plan.
If I told them once, I told them
Right.
50 times, like, don't forget my cooler. We need my cooler for my placenta. My doctor had to sign off on this paper.
my God.
I must have said it 50 plus times. Did you get my placenta? Is it in the cooler?
Did you eat it? Did you put it in like a
they-
smoothie and
so
stuff?
she comes to your house
Yeah.
and she cleans out your placenta, like she sanitizes your whole kitchen and she cleans out your placenta and she puts it in a humidifier and stuff, or not humidifier, but dehydrator.
Right.
And then she comes back the next day and grinds it up and then then puts it in capsules for you. It's supposed to help with your milk supply and postpartum.
Oh, so you
depression.
didn't drink it?
No, I took pill. I
She
took it as a
pills.
pill. She does.
I might be able
That's
to-
why I did drink it too.
Oh, okay.
How many capsules do you get?
It depends on your placenta
How big your placenta is.
How many pills you yield, but I think like maybe 100 to like 200 pills.
Wow.
And she has a specific regimen of how you take it within the first couple weeks and stuff. But she also, like, you can get a tincture and you can put it in your tea. My boyfriend was like, oh, and I even put it in, like, the broth that they steam it with. She's like, here, you can, like, add this to your tea and stuff. And I'm like, I am. And my whole family is like, what? Like,
were they afraid to eat or drink anything you gave them?
When did you become this hippy dippy person? And I'm like, listen, I will try anything homeopathic that could help me.
Did it help you with your breast milk? Did you do one with one and not the other? Or did you do them both?
I was very adamant about doing it both. I really feel like the breast milk thing. So my first baby was at 4 months old. They were like, okay, she's only in like the 14th percentile. And I'm like, what the okay
for weight?
For weight.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, damn, all right. So they like pressured me into, well, you got to start
supplement, give her some formula.
Well, not even formula. They wanted me to start salad. They wanted me to start purees at 4 months. So I'm like, oh my God. So because they told me she was underweight, my mental headspace
went to the worst place.
Well, my headspace was quickly to, I'm not producing enough.
Right.
So the whole time I'm obsessing about my milk supply. I'm drinking every tea, every cookie. I'm obsessed. And then cut to second baby, because I breastfed my first till 18 months and got pregnant and I dried up. And I was like, all right, well, we're just going to stop.
Right.
So then I had Layla, and it was like night and day. Like, it was a whole different experience. They were like, oh, she gained so much weight. She's 99 percentile in weight. I'm like, heck yeah, I gotta. We call her Chubble Up. Like, I'm sure this is gonna mess with my poor child down the road. But I'm like Chubs. I'm like, she eats everything. She's still now she's like eating solids, and she's just sits there and just zones out and just eats everything. I'm like, dang, it's just such a relief to have a child that eats.
Right.
And then mental game, I'm like, I'm 16 months in. I could still shoot some baby milk across the room. Sorry guys, but yeah, I mean, I still got.
You're not going to. That's
not going to, but no, like, it's still it feels good to be second time around. Be like, oh no, like, if I just would have stayed positive the first time, and you just don't know. You're a new mom.
Well, when you're a new mom, you're stressed out, and like my first child didn't sleep well, didn't eat well, it didn't do anything well, and the second child, you're so exhausted from the first child, you just kind of dump them everywhere.
Second child syndrome.
You're just like, here, just it's not dirty, eat it. It's on the floor. That commercial or whatever, first kid and. They're like sanitizing everything. Second kid, here, just whatever.
Anybody want to hold this thing?
Right.
Anybody
It is. I mean, I used to with the first kid make my mother change her clothes because she smokes. So I'm like, every time she came over, she had to change her clothes because I was trying to make her quit.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it as hard as possible for her to see the baby. As second child, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just don't puff in her face. I don't care. But yeah, you wash your hands and you sanitize everything, and it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Second kid, you're just like, I don't know where they are, actually. Yeah. She's here somewhere. She's crawling around.
Where's your kid? I'm like, I don't even know if I showered today. And you want to know where my kid is?
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
Where
Maybe she's
at.
in the shower. I know. She's in the shower. I don't
Should I be in the toilet playing in the toilet right now?
Sometimes. I put a boat in there. It keeps her occupied. Whatever. It's literally whatever you have to do to survive the day. Oh my gosh. And that's one of the points of this podcast. Yes. It is what you have to do to survive your day. And it is not making cupcakes and cookies and smiling and looking perfect.
Speaking of making cupcakes, when you make those cupcakes, I had the first time ever making cupcakes, I made 24 cupcakes. They're left for me to eat.
Yes.
No, nobody else is eating them. You have to if you are baking cookies, I want to know what these other moms are doing with these cookies and these cupcakes, because the kid, you don't want to give your kid all that sugar. So are you sitting on these cupcakes? I'm like, I will never bake again because I'm stuck with these cupcakes and I hate them.
I will tell you this story. I'll be quick because at the end of, and Alex has heard this story. This is what made him fall in love with me and want to work with me, because last year there was the end of school party, and they make the moms sign up for different things that they're going to bring and do. I'm a working mom. I have a full-time job, I have a podcast, I've got 2 kids, I'm single mom, and I signed up for the easiest thing, which was to bring 2 bags of grapes to the class. So I read bring 2 bags of grapes to the class.
Yeah.
So I stopped on my way to the party and bought a bag of red and a bag of green. And I walked into the classroom with my bags, and assistant teacher walked over to me and she's like, oh, it's okay, just put those away. We have everything we need. Because I looked on the trays, one of the other mothers put them on skewers and put a red, a green, a red, a green, and had it beautifully done. And I literally walked in with just 2 bags. I thought we were going to dump them on a plate. But when she came over to me, she literally tapped me. That's okay. Just put them away. We have enough. And I'm like, that's right. I'm that mother.
that mom.
I was looking at all the Pinterest dishes all over the place. And they're like, what'd you bring? And I'm like, the grapes right there in the bag. She told me just keep them in the bag. So my daughter ate those grapes instead of the other ones because she's like, these are so good, Mommy. But I'm like, I'm never going to sign up for anything ever again. I brought in the bags.
No, I mean, high five to the mom that does the
But it didn't say to do that. It didn't say assemble your grapes or put them on a plate. It just said bring 2 bags in. I did. I followed the directions. I did what it said.
That's how I'm like, but the instructions said 2 bags.
But when she
like,
tapped me, I was mortified. And I was late to boot because I was running late getting the grapes coming from a meeting. And then I was told to go sit down with my grapes, and they weren't even worthy of being put out. So I'm like,
I've had those situations in like soccer practice. You know, mom was just like, it's nothing but Capri Suns and zebra cakes. And then,
what's a zebra cake?
Oh, it's like little
Hostess little white zebra cakes?
Yeah, I think it's a hexagon.
Like a ho-ho or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, ho.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's like 12, it's 10:30 in the morning, and it's like the go-between snack, and it's like, this really isn't working. But yeah, you can relate.
Am I not allowed to bring the ho-hos? Though I don't even sign up for the sports bringer stuff. I don't even attempt to do that.
No, I want to hide from all those lists. Like there's I think I just got an email from my little school that's like, looking for a room mom, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, no, I don't ever want to be the room mom.
But then it says like job description, getting together all the other moms. I'm like, I just can't rally. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Other moms are very difficult.
I have an eye twitch from sleep deprivation. I'm like, I can't even deal with myself. I can't do this, man.
I can't deal with the other moms too and all their things. Well, I did get I did get emails from both the new
room moms.
The room moms. And the one mom is making it very easy for us because they ask us for money every other month for this or for that or for this. So she sent us a lovely email and she broke it down and said, this is all I need per person. And then this takes care of the whole year. Because when you have 2 kids, I tend to forget, did I send money for that basket? Did I send money for that Christmas present? Did I send? I can't remember. But I forgot that the money was already due. And so she sent out another email yesterday saying, thank you for everyone that participated. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to just send the one check. So I need to, so I don't have the kids anymore this week. So next week I'll make sure the check goes to school on Monday. But I'm like, I didn't even remember to write the one check with the whatever the money was. So
end of the year, like I don't know any like what the I don't know what the protocol is for the teacher gifts or whatever.
Well, this is part of it. It's in there. They put the teacher, because I wanted to buy them gifts sometimes, but they're like, no, give us money, and then they literally when we donate, the teachers have a couple $100s that they're getting on gift cards and stuff, and like it's a way about.
I ended up in I think our school did in May because we were last year with just the 2-year-old class, and like by June. I was like, oh my God, I didn't do anything, and the mommy guilt set in. And I got on my send out cards and I sent them Target gift cards and like a picture. I made a card for my daughter and stuff. And I'm like, I'm doing this, man. This is
just trying to survive the day.
There are no rules and regulations.
There is not. We didn't get that book when we got the kid. There's no manual.
Well, and I hate that. Like, oh well. You wanted this? Like, yeah, I did. I really wanted to be a mom, but like that doesn't mean I need to I extra punish myself.
I don't have to. Yeah, yes, I wanted to be a mom, but that doesn't mean I want to be a mom every minute of the day. You know what I mean? Like of the day. And it doesn't stop when you go to sleep because somebody gets a nosebleed in the middle of the night, or someone
pees the bed.
Well, I don't have that anymore, thank God. But yeah, somebody pees the bed. I made my kids sleep with diapers on at night until they were 4 years old. I did not want anyone to pee the bed.
We're still doing pull-ups. We're peeing through the pull-ups.
Oh,
yeah.
I just ripped the plastic sheets off my kids' beds. I would still put not the sheets, but I still put it over top of the mattress. Mainly for my son because he gets a lot of nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the middle of the night it looks like I killed him. And he comes,
Crime scene.
Nosebleed. I gotta jump up and there's nothing worse than when you finally are in a nice sound sleep and someone's tapping you or screaming at you.
Where you open your eyes and they're staring at you.
Right. That's like, sometimes I wake up and I sit up to see if anyone's standing at the end of the bed because it is the freakiest thing to see your kids. Because they're like, do you have a knife in your hand? Like, are you mad at me? Like,
ultimate scary movie that I ever experienced. 6 years old to watch Child's Play, so I've been afraid of Chucky my entire life. So now I've got this little person that's just like in my room.
It's scary.
It's so scary.
I think of The Shining.
You hear the little diaper bike going.
Oh, it's terrible. It is the truth, though. It's terrible. It's the one thing that scares me the most is when I open my eyes and see one of them in my room. Because I'm like, I was good to you, right? Like, you're not going to smother me with a pillow.
Well, and then my first thing is like, is she awake? Is she sleeping?
Right, like
Are we talking?
Right.
Are
we both sleeping? Am I dreaming this? Did this actually happen? There are times where I'm dreaming that I've already made breakfast and done stuff, and then they come and get me. I'm like, haven't we already done this? They're like, well, no, not today. We haven't. And I'm like, is it right? We already did this.
I think it's so funny when my boyfriend and I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, yeah, did you sleep last night? And because we're waking up at different times of the night, and I'm like, well, I was up at 2 a.m. changing the sheets, and then I was up for 2 hours. He's like, oh, I must have just missed you. I'm like,
it's true.
Yes, you did.
It's true. And when we had the second one, he went and slept in the spare bedroom closest to our son's room, and she slept in the bassinet next to me. So when we had the first one, we were all together. And when it was time to feed, he'd get up, he'd take him, change his diaper, bring him back, I'd breastfeed, and then I'd put him to sleep. So, because I'm like, oh, there's no way we're not both participating in this. So that was his job, changing the diaper and bringing him back. But then when we had the next one, the 2-year-old was still not sleeping well. So then he had to deal with the 2-year-old, and I had the infant all to myself. So I was up all night, changing, breastfeeding, doing all that good stuff, and he was handling the other kid. And then we would just like switch. Well, when we could switch. And then it got to the point where I was always responsible for putting my son to bed.
Right.
And he was horrific. It would take me 40 minutes longer, up and down, constantly getting him to go to sleep. By the time he turned 5, I could go in, read a quick book, and leave. But it took me 5 years to get to that. And our daughter was always a great sleeper. But for some reason, when he was 5 and then she was 3, we took the crib down and did the, whatever that is.
Toddler bed.
The toddler bed. Well, then she didn't want to sleep. So then she became difficult. And so as soon as she became difficult, he said, hey, why don't we switch?
Of course.
I'm like, no, I've had him for 5 years. 5 years, I finally got him to the point. Right, I finally got him to the point where I can go downstairs and now you're upstairs dealing with something. I'm like, I'm not switching. But yeah, but she went in and out of that phase. She was pretty quick, but it took me 5 years of arguing with him to go to sleep till he finally,
Amelia gives Cody it's so 50-50. It's like some nights she's like, okay, daddy, let's do my night, and they got the routine down, and then the other nights it's like, nope, we gotta watch Blippi, and we have to watch Adley, and she's gotta watch her show.
Right, you gotta kiss all the stuffed animals.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, and she's so, because I breastfed when you breastfed too, but my girls are very like mommy, super mommy girls.
Right.
And
I did breastfeed as long as you. I was 3 months tops, 2.5 months, 3 months tops.
I don't know what it is in me that I have I want to go as long as I can. I think it's because, when I was 15 years old, I got my first job ever at the shoe store at the Annapolis Mall, and my mom tells my manager, listen, she's my only daughter, she's my girl, I breastfed her till she was 3. Those people made fun of me so hardcore that my mother breastfed me for so long, and it was such a thing in my teens. I was like, oh my god! And then now
you're doing it.
Now I'm 36 years old.
You're just telling everyone right now. I was going to say you're not telling anyone.
Till it forever.
Just
do it.
Just do it. Do as long as you. I felt guilt with my second one because I knew I wasn't having another one.
Yeah.
So I did want to keep it going as long as I could, but she developed an allergy, and we didn't know what I was eating that she was allergic to. So they started eliminating so much of my food I wasn't producing. I wasn't upset with him because I knew I was going to have one more.
Yeah.
But I was upset with her because I knew that was it. I was never going to experience it again.
See,
and
that's
it's,
my pang right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
Once it goes away, it just like...
She's such a booby monster. Like, oh my gosh.
Just like her daddy,
such
I'm sure.
a booby monster. Well, now she's like, so I feel like she's talks faster than my first one did. So she's just like, now she's saying, I need a booby. Like the second I see her, she's pulling out my shirt. I need a booby. I need a booby. I'm like, when did you become this person? Like, oh my god. And I'm like, how am I gonna quit this?
Oh, you're gonna have to wean her from the boob.
Well, my doctor told me, my pediatrician, because she is so, like, has the most terrible poops ever. Like, they're like, it's just awful. It's constipation out the wazoo. And my doctor's like, oh, well, it's the only thing it could be is your breast milk. And I'm like, of course it's my breast milk. So now
you're doing.
Now I'm torturing her with my breast milk.
Right.
She's having,
because
like,
it's what you're eating and what you're doing.
Every poop is like blood curdly screams, and it's like it's just like the worst thing. And of course they're like, oh, try all these things.
Right.
I'm like, I've tried everything. I'm like, I don't even know what else. I'm like, okay, whatever. But the thought process of like thinking about weaning her and stop breastfeeding her, and I have to because.
Well, yeah, you don't want her to be 5 because I'll tell you, I was working once at a place, I don't want to say where, and there was a mother sitting there waiting, and she had a 5 or 6 year old, and he started crying, and she immediately pulled out her boob and stuck it in his mouth, and everyone in that room was completely mortified because we're like, oh my god, like he's walking and talking. He has teeth, all of them.
I witnessed a lady breastfeed her 4.5, 5-year-old in a waiting room.
It's unnerving when they're that big.
Well, it's like, you know, it's right to grown-ups. Mommy's milk.
Right. He yeah. But
I'm all for it. Do whatever makes you happy, you know.
I agree. Yeah, I don't want anyone to think less of me because I didn't do it very long. Right. Just like I don't want to think less of anyone that is doing it as long as they're doing it. It's everyone's preference. And there are women that don't do it at all, and that's fine too.
Well, fed baby is a happy baby. That's
fed
all
baby,
that
as long as they sleep and they grow, I don't really care how they get there.
What do you? I mean, I just came back from my honeymoon, and I guess to add on.
This is Alex, by the way, for all of you that don't know him.
Yeah,
he's behind the scenes. He doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Just off the mic. We came back from New Orleans, and you notice these like breast milk pumping kind of stations that are in public places. Pods, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I always think that looks like space agey, like
space station.
Yeah, like a space station. Oh, you're gonna get in the pod and like get far away.
Like the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Oh my.
See, I'm terrible.
Have you ever used those?
No, I refuse.
You just cover yourself and just shove your baby's head in there. No, you just pull it right out.
Titty out. I just whip a booby out. I'm like, these
what do the men do?
Oh, well. So, I mean, nothing really. Like, God bless my brother and my dad. So my brother is my business partner, and my babies luckily have been upstairs with my mom, and she does daycare. But I'll be having business meetings, and I'm like, I'm gonna whip a booby out and be breastfeeding, and I warn people, but I'm not like I can't. If I have to be awkward and like get a blanket or something, it makes me more uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
We have to film
I'm sorry. Our guest would like some more to drink, and I'm trying to quietly. Yeah, that's it. With the fork. Okay. Yeah, our guest. We're trying to quietly get more to drink, and it's not working.
I don't know how to pour that.
Oh well.
Are we pausing? Are we taking a break?
No,
we're gonna keep rolling.
Keep it rolling.
This is all a part of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You get the clinks and everything.
I know.
Anywho, so my family laughs at me because I have no qualms with whipping a booby out in front of anybody. And my mom's like, don't test her.
Well, what happens now? Like, if I just want to whip my boob out, do I have to have a child attached to it? Like, I'll get in trouble, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, I'll just say, look, my boob. I need to. My boob needs to come out. I don't know. I challenge all of you.
I love boobies. Best birthday experience I ever had. 26 years old. I had a great girlfriend that gave me a sash. It was my birthday, and then she gave me a button that said, "Show me your tits. It's my birthday."
My birthday's coming up. I need that.
I was in Pussers, and all these people were there, and, with all my friends, whatever. Mm-hmm. This beautiful lady, with big beautiful boobies,
right?
Beautiful dress.
And I love that you call them boobies because I don't like the T word.
I do love the T word.
I don't. I like boobies.
But I do love boobies. Yeah. So, big old boobies, turns around and sees my shirt, my little thing, and my baby brother, handsome, love of my life, is standing right next to me. but not facing her, and she goes and says, "Show me your tits," and she's like, "Yeah!" Show me her boobs, and I was like, "Wow!" I'm all excited, and I'm like, "Nobody saw the boobs! Nobody saw this!" I was like, "Oh man, it was so great."
Oh, that's
I was
awesome.
immediately like, "Turn around, please." I was like, "This lady has great
She's
boobies."
awesome.
Oh man, best birthday ever.
I need that.
Show me the boobies.
Show me the boobies. I need that on my
Well, so many
t-shirt.
So many people are offended by boobies.
I'm not offended. I think half the population is not because they're men.
So
I
offended.
don't think, Alex, would you be offended if you saw some boobies?
I mean, I am married.
Well, I mean,
That's not answering the question. That's being evasive.
No, I wouldn't be offended.
Mhm.
I mean, depends on the weather for the woman. They might, try to procure a sweater of some sort.
That went over my head. I didn't get that. What?
I thought I was still
I was
smiling.
like, I don't get that. I'm like, am I the only one that's not getting that joke?
I go too when I don't hear you. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, if it's cold, it's just like, maybe she lost her shirt and
Oh.
if I have a hoodie,
Oh,
try to procure it.
Oh.
There's a lot of controversy going around, like young 25-year-old women in the 20s that are like, I don't want to wear a bra. And I was that girl because prior to baby starting,
I didn't always wear a bra.
I never.
Well, I have.
This is my first experience with boobs. I'm like, t-shirt.
When I was
I'm like,
breastfeeding, they were like ginormous. So, yeah.
It's so weird having boobs. So weird.
Yeah. I like boobs.
I don't know why. I don't. I like not having boobs and
I like
not wearing
having
a bra and not having to deal
But
with all that.
what are we getting? We're getting chastised for not wearing a bra? Or
Yeah. For seeing the female areola.
The nips.
I can see your boobies through your shirt. See, like we're looking at us. I can see your nipples, but it's not offensive. If it was a
Because
woman
we're used
thing,
to it.
If I had that shirt on, it would be like, oh wait, we can see her titties.
Right,
It would make you uncomfortable, but I'm not uncomfortable. I can see your boobies.
Lewis Black, the comedian, he has a joke, and I might be bastardizing, but it was just like, and people are gonna, Photoshop out boobs. What you're gonna have is a shoulder without bone structure. Like if you Photoshop it out, it's like your mind is trying to fit in the pieces, and it's just like, it's like a lopsided shoulder of some sort.
I don't, and I don't get it. So, like, my boyfriend loves boobs.
Yeah.
Loves my boobs.
God bless.
But the other day, I have this one. I have a white cotton button-up that you can see through, and I don't own like a white or a tan bra, but I do have a bra that has white. It's black with white in it that I will wear under it instead of sometimes I wear the black bra. And I came down, I had my cut-off jean shorts, and I was going to back to school night. And he's like that? What, are you going like that? Like, I can totally see through your shirt. I can see your bra. I'm like, yep, what do you want me to do? I have a bra on. Like, it's a pretty bra. Like, you can't see anything. You can just see that I have spots of black and brown, white, and he's like, okay, like that's how you're going outside of the house. You're leaving. You're going to go outside like that. I'm like, yeah, but in the comforts of my own home, you could care less what I have on. But God forbid I wear that white cotton. I'm going to wear it to one of the podcasts. I might wear it on the next podcast with the bra. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Something about that shirt because it shows the bra. Like right now, I have white t-shirts, but I have a black bra on with it. So you'd see my black bra right through the white t-shirt.
You can see my breastfeeding bra.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
They're so attractive. They're easy to get in and out of. They are. It's really hard to get away from them. Oh, it's so hard to get away from them.
I don't even own a real bra. I don't even know where I would go buy a new bra. I don't even want anything to do with that.
Yeah, those are comfortable.
Yeah, the new thing is bralettes, which I don't know much about, but Audrey talks about bralettes. They lack the underwire.
Mm-hmm. They're very similar to these without
yeah. Like I guess this one has. I guess.
I'm just trying to add.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to add.
Sorry, are you laughing?
Yes.
Stop pushing on them. It's going to come out.
No, if you push on it, it stops it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
My brother was always like, stop touching your boobs. What are you, I'm like,
But you touch your balls all the time. Why can't I? And that's it. I'm going to pose that question because I don't get that. Why is it socially acceptable to watch a man grab his balls and his penis all the time,
readjust,
but you don't see us just walking around like doing that? we'll be watching football or just watching a show, and I'll look over and I'm like, what are you doing?
You know what I really do appreciate though, when like your girlfriends get the boob job and it's like,
Oh, then you gotta look at it forever. Oh my God.
Yes, let's check this out. That's a good boob job.
That's
I'm so
a
proud
good
of you.
boob job. Well, it's funny that you say that because the mommy that I had on the last podcast had a mommy makeover, and boobs were one of the things she had. Mm-hmm. So of course I had to look at them for 20 minutes.
Of course.
But I said, when it was a bunch of us, it was a whole room of girls, and we were looking at them, and I said, what is it about when you are breastfeeding or you have a boob job that we are allowed to sit and just look at you without a shirt on? Those are the two.
So socially acceptable.
It's like I don't sit around without my shirt on, but it's so socially acceptable. If I either was breastfeeding right now, I'm like, oh my God, look at these. Can you believe them? Look at my nipples. And it's the same when you get a boob job. Oh my God, look.
I have 6,000 photos in my phone of like right on the boob.
Oh no, I
Get this boob, like so many a baby on the boob in the mouth, and I'm just like, there's no need to make a baby book because it's all booby.
I didn't take. Oh, I should have. I don't take any pictures of my boobs, but I don't. Well, so I've never had my boobs done or anything, or implants or anything like that. So I don't. But every woman I've ever met, it's like, look at them, and it's not just look at them. I'm taking my shirt off and I'm going to talk to you for at least 10, 20 minutes
talk
like
about
that.
the scars.
Right.
Go
I'm
under
the
muscle.
And then my nipple, and I'm like.
Did they remove your nipple? Did you get a new place?
Oh, the
shit we go through to feel better.
I'm telling you, I want a panel of women with fake boobs on here because I have so many questions. Like, do you still feel your nipple? Can you breastfeed?
Yes, you
can. You can. Oh, I have a whole list of questions that I want to ask women that have had their boobs done. And then, do you have to get them done again every couple years? Like, what do they start? I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I need, if anyone, go to my Facebook page. I need some. I need some women.
The go-to.
Let's have some boobs because I legitimately have some questions.
I think I don't know. I don't know if gone are the days that they are doing like every 10 years.
I had heard you do it like every 3 or 4, and I thought, well, Jesus,
I think I had 5.
That's like fast.
To go under surgery again,
and then again,
mm-hmm.
and then I hear your immune system goes down. I don't know. I would just like to talk. I'd like a whole panel of women with different breast augmentations done, and just. Ask a bunch of questions.
having the conversation with my boyfriend now of who's getting, am I getting my tubes tied or are you getting a vasectomy kind of thing.
Oh, that conversation's always good.
Well, he has avoided this conversation for 6 months now, and I'm like, I'm serious. Like, this is detrimental to our sex life. So, what are we gonna do? And he finally was like, if you make the appointment, I'll go. I'm like, excuse me, what'd you say? What? If you make the appointment,
Speak
I'll
up.
go.
I was talking to the mic. What'd you say?
So, of course, now I'm like, now I'm, looking at my mommy's group, like, what's the go-to urologist to go to? But
oh my God,
yeah, the stigma in that of like, oh no, something's gonna not work or.
Well, it's still gonna work. It's just easier. It's less invasive, right?
Yeah.
It's less invasive for them to do it. It's a conversation that I've had a couple times, and at one point, one of them should actually listen to me. That's another conversation for another time. But it's after you're done having kids, and we reach a certain age, and certain things have to be done.
He said to me that, are you sure you don't want to do this again? I was like, I'm 36 years old. Like, I promise you I don't want to do this again. Because I know if I do this again, it's going to be twins and it's going to be boys.
Oh, God.
Just know it.
Yeah. Is twins running in your family?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't roll the dice again. You have 2 beautiful girls.
I have 2 beautiful girls. God, they're beautiful and they're so sweet. I'm like, I don't know. Some people are like, are you missing out on your boy? I'm like, no. I had 2 brothers. I am good. I'm not missing out on my boy, I promise.
And your brothers might have boys.
John has 2 boys and a girl.
Okay, well there you go. There's your boy.
Ryan, we don't know if he's gonna have kids. We'll see. I love you, Ryan. Maybe don't have children.
I have to have that plug in. Yeah, I love you.
I love you so much. Yeah, I just called him the other day. I was like, I need to get rid of my crib. Should I save this for you?
Oh,
and he was like, God. I mean, maybe. Baby maker is closed. We are done with children, and I won the argument. I don't have to get my tubes tied.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
God.
I am definitely not getting my tubes tied. I'm done with kids though. I mean, this birthday for me, I'm going to be 48 years old. So
you do not look 48.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. But I am definitely done. When I had Ava, I was about almost a little more than 2 months shy of turning 40.
Nice.
So I was.
So you had to experience like them making you a geriatric pregnancy.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I had to have
high
I was
risk,
high
all that
risk.
stuff.
I had to do all that good
Well, now
stuff.
it's like the second you're over 36, that's your high risk.
Well, yeah. Well, both my kids are always over 35.
Yeah.
So it was 37 with the first one and 39 with the second one. So, but I had great pregnancies.
That's
I mean, I had easy pregnancies. My blood pressure was low through all of them, and
Did you like being pregnant?
I like that everyone gave me a seat. I liked that everyone was super nice to me. I did like it, but I like that if I were in a bikini, I was pregnant. You know what I mean? Like there was that. The body image wasn't as much because you're pregnant. It was really hard to find really cute maternity clothes. I will be honest with that you to do that and go to work, and it was very hard. And
I suffered with the weight gain. Like I wouldn't diagnose myself with like I have an eating disorder or anything like that, but I think I'm 5'9". I've always, my favorite weight is 150, 155 range. And when I got pregnant, I was 155. I was a smoker, and I had to gain weight to get pregnant.
30 pounds.
Oh,
I gained 28 pounds with both of them.
Oh, I
28, 30 pounds.
I gained 50 with both, for sure. Like 45. And I definitely got the gaining too much, blah, blah, blah. Like the first pregnancy, I didn't gain any weight till the 5 months, and then by 5 months it was December, and it just hit me, and I was in a snowstorm, and I was like, it's not my fault that I was left home alone, and the Rocky Road ice cream was calling my name.
I know.
I cannot have Rocky Road ice cream in my house. I ate the whole thing. Yeah. So yeah, I put 10 pounds on 2 months in a row, and they were like, whoa,
yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah,
and I was like, ew, gross. Don't tell me I'm too fat. I'm like, get away from me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But
I will say, I was pregnant for the same time, both times, because October is my birthday, and I really like it. And so both kids were born on July 27th.
Same birthday.
Same birthday, 2 years apart.
They were
Yes.
birthday baby.
Birth 7/27. And everyone's like, what was it about 9 months earlier? I'm like, it was my birthday. It's my birthday. And so then the next year, when my birthday came up again, my mother's like, you're getting kind of old. I think maybe you shouldn't have sex this whole entire month. Just stay away from
Lock it up.
Just close them up. Say shop is closed.
That's fantastic.
I got pregnant within 2 days after I got pregnant the first time. It was that tight. So then the due date was in July, but it's your second kid. You think you're going to go early.
Oh, yeah.
My first kid came late.
Yeah.
So I thought she'd go maybe a week, 2 weeks early. No, she went late. And so I was supposed to be induced on the 29th of July. 1 a.m. on 7/27. It had only been his birthday for an hour. I go into labor. And I'm like, no, this baby's coming on his birthday.
That is so magical.
Had her at 12:30 that day for lunch. Had her for lunch. And she eats like a beast because I had her at lunchtime, I think. And I was like...
You have both of your kids born on the same
yes,
day?
that is so awesome.
7/27.
Birthday sex, man.
That's crazy.
It's my birthday sex. Yeah.
Me and my little brother are a week apart, and I thought that's crazy.
Yep, same day. If I could only win the Mega Millions. If I could only pick those numbers. But, so I don't... Yeah.
I wanted a Gemini. So my first daughter is April 30th, so my little Taurus. And my dad's a Taurus, so I'm like, oh man, I just birthed my father.
My mom's a Taurus, yeah.
Terrible. And I just don't know any female Taurus, so I'm like, whatever. What will be.
They are headstrong women.
Yes, very emotional, headstrong people.
Yes.
So then I was like, I wanted to. So my mom and I are both Geminis, and our birthdays are 2 days apart. And she's my person. We have a very magical relationship. So I was like, all I ever wanted was to have a little girl that loved me like I love my mom.
Right.
And I was like, I want a Gemini baby. I just wanted. My boyfriend's birthday is June 17th. I'm June 16th. So we went away on vacation in September 15th. I knew the second we came back from vacation. 1 week later, I was like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, like, I'm definitely pregnant. And he's like, no way you know that. So, and because we were like, that was the plan. We're going on vacation. We're having a vacation baby. This is happening. This is the plan.
It's happening.
So we come back from vacation and I was like, pregnant. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, I can smell everything. I was like, I know you just smoked a cigarette. I'm like, I can do the second you open the door. I'm like, I'm pregnant, dude. I'm pregnant. So she came, her due date was June 9th and both babies were a week late.
Right.
So they induced me, or they put me on the, like, you're going to be induced list, whatever. Right. So I'm thinking, all right, that's cool. We're going to go get induced. No, did you know they have a waiting list for being induced?
Oh, I didn't know that.
A waiting list. I'm like, what
How
does
do you wait?
mean? There was 5 women ahead of me. And I'm like, I am done being pregnant. Get this kid out of here.
Right.
So I call and they're like, yeah, you just have to like keep waiting and you're not that too far behind. I was like, do you know when my due date was? And they're like, yeah, it was like the 11th. I was like, no, she was due June 9th. They're like, oh, that moves you up in the list. And I was like, glad I told you.
Oh my God. I didn't know there was a list.
Yeah, so I kept calling. They told me to start calling on Wednesday. So by Friday, I'm like, oh my God, this kid's never coming. I'm like, well, maybe she'll be June 15th because we have mom's June 14th. She'll be 15. I'm 16, 17. We'll have a full thing. Right. So I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. And we haven't been to the movies in like 4 years since we started having babies. And I said, they told me to come in on Saturday and we're going to check you out, whatever. So I go in and I'm like, listen, they're not going to keep me. We're going to go watch Jurassic Park, new movie. I planned my whole after. I was like, we have childcare. We're going to have a date.
That's right, because you need a plan. Yeah. You need an idea of what's going on, right?
That lady walked right in and was like, so, we're going to keep you. I was like, oh, of course you are.
I was going to the movies.
It's my birthday, and I was going to go see a movie. So now the rush is on. I was like, oh, can we have her before 12?
Right.
Can we have her on my birthday? Right. And she was born at 4:05, June 17th. And my time I was born was 4:03 on June 16th. I was like, man, we're so close.
So close.
Now her and daddy share a birthday. Aww. So I got my little Gemini, so crazy.
Yeah, I have 2 Leos. They're both Leo kids.
Leos are good.
I like Leos. My dad's a Leo. They're loud and social and fun, and yes, I do like a Leo.
Very trustworthy. Leos. I'm into astrology.
I am too.
Some people get so kabukied out, like, oh, it's woo woo, and I'm like,
no.
Like,
I am a Libra through and through.
I constantly, I meet people.
Do you see my flowers and my candles everywhere? I'm like, you can't get more Libra than that. I mean, come on.
I'm constantly like, so when's your birthday, John? I know. Why do you ask everybody?
I was asking you all that yesterday.
It means something to me.
He's a Scorpio.
Scorpio. We all need a Scorpio in our life.
We do, Alex. We love you.
I'm a Scorpio.
I don't get Scorpio.
I don't get Scorpio vibe from you either.
Really?
No, I'd have to go out with you and I think see you in your natural and habitat and see what you're like.
Yeah.
I've grown up a little bit, so there's that. But yeah, I think we'll probably close out if.
Okay. So the last question that I'll ask you, because I'm really asking you any questions, but I
totally talked to your.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So I asked this of all the moms. What makes you happy?
Snuggles.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in the snuggle phase. Like those little faces, and I suffer with self-love, and I'll make myself cry. I'm not gonna cry. I torment myself a little bit, and it took having my little girls and seeing how beautiful they are to go like, well, you're that beautiful, like that. Aww. You made that, right? Like, you have to appreciate, right. So I know it's like it's borderline because I don't want it to be like, oh, my kids, changed me, or it's not even a change me thing, but it's like I can't even think of like the word. Like I don't want people to think like, oh, well, you're living through your children, because that's not really what it is. It made me stop and pause and appreciate that. Like I appreciate the snuggles, and I always wanted to be wanted. Like I'm so glad my.
But you had such a close relationship with your mom. I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I know, it's real weird. It's real weird. Like the best. I had the greatest parents. Every game, every softball game. Wow. My dad would be out there screaming Michelle and playing softball craziness. But yeah, no, I torture myself. I'm like the mommy guilt and the head trash.
We all go through that. We all go through that.
Well, and that's why I find I love that you asked me to do this, because it's like anything that makes it normal of like feeling like to feel like a mess. It's like you're not alone. You're not like you're the only person experiencing this. Yep. And I'm so grateful for my mommy groups and the topics they talk about, and when people talk about like, oh, well, sex after pregnancy and what's like your relationship, because nobody talks about that. Nobody says like, you know, like it's hard to get together and have, like, I haven't been on a date or had any like us time in 4 years.
Yeah, you need to make it.
It's hard. It's really hard. And I mean, he's my favorite human being. Like when we do finally like get, like this morning was like I didn't see him. I literally only saw him walking out of the house yesterday, and he came home at 8 last night. And I was like, he's in the shower, and I make the girls go down and say bye to him. And I kissed him goodbye, and I'm like, I miss you. Like, this is all I get to see you.
Right.
I get to see you after it all. So just like, it's hard. You really lose yourself being a parent. It's hard. You really lose yourself, and you have to like throw up your white flag, and you know, like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to tell people like, hey man, like I need space, or like I need a hug. And I do, and I have a hard time asking for help, so I've made it a point to be like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable, and I apologize. And John hates that. Well, I preference myself of like, okay, so I'm gonna ask you an uncomfortable question. It's like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I know, but like, I don't want to make you feel. It's like, stop, just ask what you need to ask, and I'm here for you.
Right.
So, just kind of like being in your own space of like, it's okay to be you. It's all right. No, you're not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. You are on point with so many other mothers, and
it's hard being a working mom.
it is hard.
And it's hard being a stay-at-home mom. It's hard being a mom.
It is. It doesn't matter if you stay at home or if you work, or even if you have a nanny or an au pair or somebody to help you. It's still hard because we are the hardest on ourselves, no matter what. We are the hardest on ourselves, and we need to stop beating ourselves up. And as mothers, we need to stop beating other mothers up for what we see them doing and judging them and how they're doing it. And we need to stop that. We need to all kind of come together and realize we're not perfect. Everybody just bring a bag of grapes. Just bring some grapes to school. Bring some grapes. Take them off the skewers, ladies. Just bring some grapes. So, Michelle, I want to raise my glass to you. Woo! You did it. Cheers. Thank you so much. This was great. I hope you all enjoyed it.
So much fun.
It was so much fun. We covered a lot.
What you do with all this.
Oh, the booby talk. Oh, it's just going to be awesome. So, one more time. Boobies. All right, well, cheers and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again, you know, I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any suggestions. If there's anything you want to see, please go to my Mommy's Guide Facebook page or www.mommysguidetohappyhour.com, and please just drop me a note. Let me know. Let me know if you want to come on if you're in the Annapolis area. Love to have you. So, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.